Unscripted.
You know, I have to say, after a little bit more than a month with both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, you know, I've come to some interesting conclusions, and I think one of the conclusions is the PlayStation 5 is realistically a better console. And when I say better console, I don't mean more powerful or anything like that. I mean, obviously it's winning some of these face-offs, and most of them, in fact, of the third-party stuff. I think that they really know what they're doing when it comes to making hardware, and Microsoft really just kind of wanted to go for something that was going to be brute force powerful, and you know, and they did that. But, and I mentioned this in some of my other videos as well, I don't even know when I'm playing an Xbox Series X game, to be honest with you. Like, you know, aside from playing Call of Duty at 120 frames, which was pretty noticeable, I don't really notice any difference. I mean, games already look pretty damn good on my Xbox One X, so you know, it's really hard to tell if you're playing something that's been updated or not. So I'm not exactly sure, but you know, it makes it very clear on PlayStation 5 when you're playing, you know, a PlayStation 5 game. So I mean, obviously you kind of know what you're getting, or if it has PlayStation 5 support and stuff like that. So for me personally, yeah, I do think that that's pretty interesting. And you know, Sony keeps on knocking it out of the park with each new announcement, with each new day that comes by. They really go out of their way to sort of go out there and sort of make everything known, and so it's easy to kind of understand where Sony's direction is, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy best about Sony themselves. And that's just really one of the things that's going to be good about this generation. Again, do I trust Jim Ryan 100%? Heck no. Do I trust Phil Spencer? Heck no. Heck no. That guy is, to me, is the biggest huckster that there ever was, right? I mean, sells you on flim flam artist, and you know, selling you snake oil and that kind of stuff. Like, honestly, and I bought into it, so that's bad on me. You know, I bought into it, and sadly, you know, kind of pushed what I was thinking he would do to a lot of you guys, and I really do have to apologize for that, because at the end of the day, you know, my worst fear was them turning Xbox into an app, and it looks like that's just where Xbox is headed. So I'll never be on board with that. And I'm sorry if people don't like that. That's just how I feel about this whole thing. But you know, Sony was out there making some pretty big announcements and making some noise, and I have to say that this is exactly the type of stuff that I like to see as a fan, just as a gamer in general. It's cool to see that they're actually going out there and sort of delivering you know, these promises, and it looks like they're delivering what they promised to begin with. So this should be a fun video. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. And if you guys are, like I said, looking to help out a small little crummy channel like mine, the best way to do it, a simple like. That's right, a simple like goes a long way. I put a lot of hard work and effort into these videos, and if you guys would mind just helping me out, that would be fantastic. You know, shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. You guys are really great, and I couldn't do this channel without you. Happy holidays and all that stuff. I really do hope you guys stay safe and whatnot. So yeah, and with that being said, let's get into this. So, you know, Sony has made quite a bunch of promises at the beginning, before these consoles even come out. We were told, or I was told, and I think collectively PlayStation fans were told, that the PlayStation 5 wouldn't be able to keep up with the Xbox Series X in numerous different ways, right? And some of the ways, including the frame rate, like 120 frames, you weren't going to see that on PlayStation 5 because it wasn't capable of it, and you know, it didn't have the CPU to be able to do it. And we might even see, we even had people that used to work for Microsoft, like Albert Pinello, and used to say that the Xbox Series S would get better frame rates than the PlayStation 5. Now, of course, none of that really happened, and we have to kind of sit there and look at sort of how this kind of stuff comes about. Sony's promising even more games at 120 frames, and personally, I really enjoy that. Like, for me, I would never sit there and go, oh well, you know, I have to play at 120 frames. I mean, you can tell a difference, but I think 60 is fine. But it is nice to have that option to go out there and play games at 120 frames, and just something that I think that most console gamers, including myself, never thought we'd really see in terms of what we can get out of these consoles, like, and for the price. And I've mentioned this before, like, I'm staggered by the fact that and I mentioned this in one of my other videos as well, that you can play Spider-Man Miles Morales, a brand new game, at 1440p 60 frames per second with hardware based ray tracing on a $400 machine. And you also have to take into account that that $400 machine comes with a $70 controller as well. So yeah, when you take into consideration all that stuff that it's capable of doing, and then you have Sony saying, hey, they're going to even work to continue to bring those higher frame rates out there, I think that that's absolutely incredible. Just all the way around, I just think that that's really great. And I think that basically what Sony is doing is they're going out there and basically accomplishing things that nobody thought they would be able to do. And that's not like that's not something that I really take lightly. I think that that's really cool that they were able to go out there and sort of do these things that nobody thought they would be able to do. And again, these are things, a lot of these things, to be quite honest, are things that that in general people thought only the Xbox would be able to do, right? So the fact that we keep seeing all this amazing stuff that they're able to accomplish, I really think that that's just a fantastic thing, and I love seeing that. And when people go, oh well, the PlayStation 5 isn't going to be able to do that, we now have like a list of games that are really supporting 120 frames, and it keeps growing by the day, and it keeps getting more and more impressive by what it's able to accomplish. Like WRC 9 supports 120 frames, Rainbow Six Siege supports it, the Neo Collection supports it, Monster Boy supports it, Fortnite, Dirt 5, Devil May Cry 5, Destiny 2, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, all these games support it, and there's going to be even more coming down the line that support it. So I think that that's really fantastic, and goes to show you that Sony pretty much knew what they were doing when they were out there designing the PlayStation 5. Again, it's so much with the PlayStation for me anyway, personally. We see that the PlayStation is just doing these amazing things, and a lot of people are having a tough time with that, mostly because they were out there pitching this idea that it was impossible, and that only the Xbox Series X would be doing this, and Xbox Series X had such a better CPU and had such a better this, and it, simple math, it's this and this, and so when you actually see that it's not exactly the way that a lot of these people made it out to be, you can sort of just kind of sit back and kind of chuckle and have a good laugh at those that were claiming that that was how it was going to be. Like, I don't think that I ever would have thought that we'd see such an amazing display by Sony, and such a powerful way that they've actually gone out there and taken away that advantage that Microsoft had on paper. And now suddenly nobody's talking about the best place to play multiplats is an Xbox. That's not the case anymore. So yeah, like it's very much one of these things that kind of come back and kind of haunt Microsoft and haunt the Xbox fanboys, and they're obviously not going to be happy about it. But at the end of the day, it's like, again, a lot of you Xbox dudes, just trust me, coming from a dude who was this huge Xbox dude, I just have to be honest and say it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go out there and cap for a company that realistically keeps under-delivering what they promise, and they do that time and time again. And at least in my day, when I was sitting there pumping up Xbox and saying how happy I was with Xbox, I legit had reasons to be happy. We had big AAA exclusives, right? Like, you had a reason. Like, there was some amazing games coming out early, from Titanfall to Sunset Overdrive to Forza Horizon 2, and all within that first year. You know what I mean? So yeah, there were some pretty good games that were coming out, and there was hope. We had hope, obviously we had Quantum Break coming out. We had some other games in the pipeline that was coming out. So again, we had all the reason in the world to be cheerful and hopeful. And then at the end of the day, I don't think there's that much, to be cheerful and hopeful about now. Like, Microsoft is doing some right things, but at the same time, their games are still just seems like years and years away. So hopefully, that's something that they can maybe work on and get something out there a little bit earlier than expected. I would love that. Hopefully that is something that they can do. I really do think that would be incredible if they can pull that off. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not somebody who can predict the future or anything like that. It's just for me personally, I'm just saying hopefully they can actually get out there and get something working sooner rather than later. I would love to see some great games on that platform that really show it off, because like I said, I don't even know if I'm playing a next gen game on that thing. Like, I'm just being honest with you. I have no clue. So hopefully that's something that that we see sooner rather than later. And I would love your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Please let me know what you guys think. I will link this article. Let me know, are you excited for more 120 frames per second games? Are you do you have a TV that's even ready to do that? Just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please have a fantastic day. Be awesome. Be kind to each other. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Rack 'em up. Game on, my friends. Game on. Take a minute to consider subscribing. At the very least, give us a like. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.